Hey guys, so I just started recording this video. This is the second time I've hit record. I keep looking this way because one, it's hard for me to look at the camera where it's at, and I don't know. I'm having a hard time just looking at myself right now because I'm using my phone still. I haven't gotten my camera back yet, so please bear with me on the angles. My postpartum life has been really hectic, and I said I was gonna make a video about it, but the first time wasn't good. Yes, I'm crying because this is super emotional. I think I have postpartum depression and anxiety, and there's actually a story as to why I think that. So I went home on the 18th, on the 17th. On the 17th of May, sore foil, baby bad, and I came home. And it was good. We were doing good. And we were fine all day on the 18th. I was fine all on the 18th up until I don't even know what time it was. It was late at night though, because it was super dark, and I think it was sometime around 11ish. And all of a sudden, I had just expressed some milk for the bat so she could have food for, I think, the next day or so. I don't remember, but anyway, so sorry. So I made her the food, and all of a sudden my breast started hurting super bad, and I got cold. And I don't mean, ooh, it's kind of chilly, let me throw a blanket on. I mean, I'm violently shivering. I'm shaking slower foil and the mattress. Well, through the mattress, but y'all know what I mean. And I had my heating pad, which I still have. I have my heating blanket over my shoulders, like this part of my body. I've got it over, and I'm shivering uncontrollably. I could hardly talk. My tongue is still bruised, by the way, for anyone who's wondering that little weird tidbit. So slower foil checks my temperature. We have a forehead scanny. You point at forehead and it goes beep, and then it tells you what your temperature is. And the first time he did it, I was at like 100 something, and then 5 minutes later I was at 102.6. Or no, 102.8 Fahrenheit. I'm talking in Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius, please forgive me, but basically I have a 102.8 fever, and finally I just say, call 911, there's something wrong with me. And so the ambulance shows up and whisks me to the hospital, where my temperature was at like 103.2 or 2, 4 or 6. It was an even number, but the lower even number. It didn't go past 6. I know that much. I don't remember the exact number, but I remember that 103. So anyways, I get to the hospital, they check that temperature, they get that reading, and they put me in a room, and they put an IV right here. I'm not sure if y'all can see it, but it's right, yep, it's right there. It's marked by my finger. So, they put an IV right there. Worst place to put an IV on me, honestly, but whatever. And they're like, we're gonna check you. We're giving you a bunch of fluids. And my heart's pounding, and a bunch of stuff is happening all at once. Plus, a little bit of a drama thing from a blast from the past happened in a not so pleasant way, and I had to basically be moved to the other side of the hospital, but we're not here to talk about that. So, eventually, the doctor guy comes in and he's like, can you open your legs? We think you either have a blood infection, a uterine infection, or there's something else going on, or you're hemorrhaging. But from what my vitals were looking like, they definitely thought I was about to go septic, which I would like to point out for the record that would have been the second time, actually that was the second time, where my body has tried to go septic. I'm very, very annoyed by that fact. You should not ever get that bad of an infection, but I've done it twice. So, anyways, back to the story. So, they opened my legs up. Well, I opened my legs up, which hurt like hell. And they didn't want to give me pain meds yet because, they gotta make sure my belly's not doing anything, my uterus isn't doing anything weird. So my joints still hurt. Like, I get this bone ache in my feet and it'll crawl up my entire body, and it's hell. But anyway, so my legs get open, and they check me, and they go, oh. And I said, oh. And they said, well, it's definitely something with your uterus. When you give birth, you get blood, basically a period for 6 weeks. You have to make sure that the color's right. Well, apparently my bloody discharge was orange. Your blood should not look orange. Nothing should look orange when it's coming out of you. And I don't mean kind of orange, I mean it was orange. Orange is, or not, I was going to show an example of orange, but it's food related and y'all need that type of visual in your lives. But anyway, so they're like, okay, we need to make sure that there's nothing left in your uterus. That was their first fear. And mine, because if, like, a piece of placenta would have still been in there, I might still be in the hospital, actually, because I don't recover from surgeries well at all. And so they were like, we might need to do a D&C, which is where it's a surgery where they knock you out and scrape out your uterus. So that was a lovely fear that they instilled into me. But thankfully, that was not the case. I was diagnosed with endometritis, which is a irritation of the endometrium, which is the lining of the uterus. Which was scary. I didn't even know that could happen. And they were like, well, you have a 2nd-degree tear. That's not stitched. It could be from that. It could be from the amount of cervical checks that they did during your birth or during your labor delivery experience. It could be from anything. Like, this just happens. And then they say, we have to admit you for a few days. I would like to point out that my baby was only 3 days old at that time. And I was going to be separated from my baby for a few days. I was mad. I'm still upset about it. So, anyway, so they finally get me admitted. They were originally going to transfer me to my original hospital where I gave birth, but they said no, keep her there. keep Luna there. Luna's already with you guys, and honestly, I don't think they wanted to deal with me after my labor and delivery because of the demon I became. So from the 18th to the 21st of May, I was in the hospital, and I'm okay now. The infection's long gone. I feel horrible. There was a point where my mother-in-law, Slurfoil's mom, FaceTimed me, and she had the camera pointed to my baby, and I said, "Hi!" And she recognized my voice and started frantically looking for me, and she got so upset. I got upset because I knew that's where I should be, and now there's this weird disconnect for me and the baby. I just can't. I don't feel like I've bonded with her, and I don't feel like a good mom. And I just don't feel like me. I mean, there's still a majority of you who have been following me since the beginning of this channel, and who have known, and who are friends and people who I talk to, and I don't feel like me. I can laugh, I can smile, but it doesn't feel like me. It doesn't feel genuine anymore. And between 2 hospital visits within a week, having a newborn, and now I'm just trying to recover from an infection, and I'm still in recovery from laboring for as long as I did, plus doing it naturally, plus the full back labor. I don't know. It's just the reality is postpartum life is hell. I have not been enjoying it. I've hardly been able to enjoy spending time with my family. And it's weird because I've always wanted, not necessarily a family with kids, but I always wanted my own people, Now that I have it, I don't feel like I've earned it, deserve it, or that it's real. And it feels like I haven't done enough. Like my supply for baby food is running low for some reason, and I don't know how to fix that. I'm gonna do some research though. I am drinking more water, but that's only half the battle, I think. I don't know, I just don't feel like myself. My body still feels alien in some places. Thankfully now I can touch my belly and not feel disgusted, but I don't think that matters when your bones ache, your muscles ache too. Yeah, because, holding a baby, it's kind of hard when you have no, muscle. I have no muscle. This is all not muscle. But I expected the muscle aches and the back pains. Well, not the back spasms, but I expected to hurt. What I didn't expect was to have an infection almost kill me again. and to still feel it a week later in my bones. I mean, I'm keeping up with my pain meds. I'm doing good on my mental meds. Not with all of the meds that they gave me, but I'm working on it. I have a hard time taking medicine anyways, but yeah, no, I'm just having a really, really hard time, and I've been talking now for over 15 minutes, y'all. I'm sorry, I didn't even realize. I'm just kind of here venting. I hope y'all don't mind. I'm gonna go take a nap before the storm hits, because I can hear the wind picking up outside, so thank y'all for watching, listening, and hearing me cry and whine and bitch. Like I said, I'm not sure if I did say, but I'll be 2 weeks postpartum tomorrow, so I will check back in about 2 weeks when I'm a month out postpartum, and hopefully things are better then. Thanks, y'all. I love you guys a lot, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.